You know, like the first time I did it, I couldn't really believe I did it. They've tried to portray me like I was some kind of a creature, right? I was just like everybody else out there. Probably 99.9% of the time, I'm as normal as he is or anybody else is. But there's that 1% of the time or whatever that there's some kind of a problem there.
He was a monster. He is still a monster until the day he takes his last breath.
It was pretty easy to tell from the very minute I grabbed McVey that she wasn't like the others.
Bobby DeLong, thank you. Thank you for choosing me instead of another 17-year-old little girl.
And that's probably why she's still alive, walking and talking today.
I had made my mind up that night when I came home from work that I was going to end my life. I even sat down and wrote my suicide note out. I left around 2 a.m. when I got off my shift. I remember being happy. I was happy. I know when I go home, I'm going to end my life. I was happy. I'm going to be free.
Kiedy kobieta jedzie po pustych ulicach, zauważa czerwony samochód zaparkowany przed kościołem.
I don't know why it seemed odd to me. And I just kind of shrugged it off. It's like, I'll be okay.
Ignoruje instynkt, ale kierowca samochodu chowa się za zaparkowaną furgonetką.
Next thing I was just yanked off my bicycle, horrifically, just so forceful. Knocked the breath out of me. I felt the barrel of a gun to my left temple. I remember him putting a blindfold on my face. I was ordered to take all my clothes off. He ties me up, ligatures on my wrists, ankles.
Throws me in the car, yells at me to keep my eyes shut, and that if I showed him a good time, he was not going to kill me.
My grandmother's boyfriend used to put a gun to my head every time he molested me for 3 years. It was nothing new to me.
Lisa robi wszystko, co mówi mężczyzna, ponieważ trzyma pistolet tuż przy jej skroni. Następnie uruchamia pojazd i zabiera ją. Lisa siedzi z zawiązanymi oczami na siedzeniu pasażera, całkiem naga.
I had no clue where we're going. This is going to be it. This is going to be it. Rape and death. Next thing, to my surprise, my abductor makes me get dressed.
Mężczyzna zdejmuje sznurki z jej nadgarstków i kostek, ale nadal ma związane oczy. W końcu zostaje zabrana z samochodu do mieszkania. W środku zostaje rzucona na łóżko.
He raped me any way you can imagine. He raped me. Very painful. Very painful. I would just go far away. I would sometimes pretend I was in a field of flowers, a happy place. I would just disconnect from the rest of the world and just become completely numb. Tired of living, just tired of being abused. I didn't see any other way out. Didn't want to live. I remember thinking of my family, my sister, my brothers. What are they going to do without me? And I kept thinking, I gotta get out of this some way, somehow. I have to get out of this. I had to reach down deep in my soul. I just had a new sense of wanting to survive. I would do whatever it took.
Prosi go, czy by mogła iść do łazienki. Ten odmawia. Zaczęła mu grozić, że sika się w łóżku, jeżeli ten nie pozwoli jej pójść do toalety. W końcu pod jej presją mężczyzna zgadza się, a ta mogła być chociaż przez chwilę sama. Jej plan zadziałał.
I was putting my fingerprints everywhere. The vanity mirror, on the walls, just to show the police I was fighting, trying to leave my marks to say, hey, listen, I was here. I was one of his victims.
Wie, żeby przeżyć, musi zdobyć jego zaufanie, więc rozpoczyna niebezpieczną grę umysłową.
There was a moment we had a conversation. I had asked him why was he doing this to me. He said due to a recent breakup, he was getting back at women in general. And I played at his heartstrings. I said, listen, I can be your girlfriend. We don't have to tell anybody how we met. You seem like a pretty nice guy. I had to show he had control and that I respected him, no matter what. One slip, and I would have been dead.
And that's when he said, no, I can't keep you. He told me to get some rest, get some sleep. It'll be over in a little while.
Około 3:30 w nocy mężczyzna zabiera Lisę do samochodu. Odjeżdża, jednak ta po raz kolejny nic nie widzi, ponieważ ma opaskę na oczach. Ta zaczyna wiedzieć, że jej koniec jest bliski.
As he's putting the blindfold on me, I was trying to tighten my jaw so it would be a little loose.
Everything that I saw, hear, touch, smell, taste, whatever, I would just store it in my memory bank. In case if I did get out of this alive, I can go to the place to get him caught.
I remember the car being loud, like it needed a tune-up. I remember the lights passing on the interstate. I could see it beneath my blindfold. I'm trying to see my surroundings, I'm trying to see where I'm at. I knew we were in interstate because the air sound changes, it gets strong. I saw 2 hotels. These 2 hotels were at the intersection of Hillsborough Avenue. He proceeds west. Interstate 275. I remember seeing a silver piercing, shining light hitting my eyes. It was the word Magnum on the dashboard. He decides to pull into a rear parking lot. Tell me to get out of the car. That Grace gonna kill me here. He told me when I got out, I wanted to stay there for 5 minutes. I was frozen. My mind's racing. Should I run? Should I walk? Is he watching me? Is he pointing the gun at me right now? Is he gonna run me over by his car?
Ale nie, mężczyzna ją tam zostawił i odjechał. Po kilku minutach, które wydawały się wiecznością, Lisa w końcu ryzykuje i zdejmuje opaskę.
I took my blindfold off and the first thing I saw was this beautiful oak tree. And I fell to my knees and I started crying. I knew right there and then my life was going to change forever. To me, it was a sign of new branch of life.
Now wanting to live my life.
Ale jej walka jeszcze się nie skończyła. Kiedy trafia na komisariat, opowiada detektywowi wszystko, co jej się przydarzyło. Jednak Lisa była spokojna, nie wyglądała jak inne ofiary, więc detektywi jej nie uwierzyli. Lisa staje się coraz bardziej zła, ale nie może pozwolić, by jej porywacz uciekł i skrzywdził kogoś innego.
We were finding a body, it averaged out about every 2 weeks. You know if you don't solve it soon, someone else is going to die.
I was asked by my detective to go in and talk to her, and I did talk to her. I took my wallet out of my jacket and showed her the picture of my daughter. And I told her, this is my daughter, she's your age. There's nothing I won't do to protect her. And I'm going to protect you.
I started crying. And I was describing the details of how my abductor looked through my hands, small mustache, pockmarked face, small ears.
I'd never seen a victim of a violent crime like this that had such recall.
Przełomem był szczegółowy opis samochodu przez dziewczynę.
The catalyst for a 24-hour surveillance of Long.
He gave me a photo lineup, 6 pictures. I said, that's your guy. Just take your time. You gotta take your time. I'm telling you, that's your guy. He's the one that abducted me.
We were confident we had the right suspect. It was imperative for us to move as quickly as possible.
All of a sudden they said, we've got him. And they ran out into the parking lot. They handcuffed him, put him in the car, read him his rights.
Late this evening, investigating officers from the task force have arrested and charged Robert J. Long, and we have charged him with 9 counts of first-degree murder.
Bobby Joe Long's arrest came with the help of a young girl, a teenager, who he kidnapped. Now, she got away, and then she helped lead detectives to the serial killer.
November 4th, 1984, Bobby Joe Long released me. I promised myself I would never live as a victim. Bobby Joe Long, thank you. Thank you for choosing me instead of another 17-year-old little girl.
Lisa przez lata pracowała jako zastępca szeryfa. Ta, która uciekła, jest teraz obrończynią.
I know not on my watch will I let any child get hurt. And if they do, I'm going to be their voice and I'm going to be their advocate. I aspirated myself a long time ago to make it my obligation to be the voices of the women's lives who took too soon. Today, as I stand before God, the victims, and the families of the victims, I vow to carry on and be their voice. In memory and honor of the victims, Artis Wick, Lana Long, Michelle Denise Sims, Chanel Williams, Elizabeth Loudenbach, Karen Disfriend, Vicki Elliott, Kimberly Hops, Virginia Johnson, and Kimberly Swan. I didn't want to take the abuse I went through and carry it on in my life. I deserved to treat myself better than that. I deserved it. Once I broke those chains and that bondage I was in, I was able to see that I can take something negative, all the negativity in my life, and turn it something positive and grow from that. And each and every day, still today, I grow. To me, it's a lifetime journey of healing. And it's just phenomenal. Love life to the fullest. I had a second chance, and I'm going to use it wisely.